Hello guys, Michaela here, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Building Europe speed build. Today we are going to the microstate of Andorra. I built this in Windenburg and the house comes in at, give me a second, I'll just have to find the screenshot. The house comes in at 37,022 simoleons. It's on the gallery, it is as a residential home, but I intended it to be a rental. But I already had a sim moved in on the lot when I was saving it, so I saved it as a residential. I mean, you can obviously use it as a residential lot, but I intended it to be a rental. So let's start with the facts. Andorra is a landlocked microstate on the Iberian Peninsula between France and Spain. It is the 6th smallest country in Europe and is headed by two co-princes, the Bishop of Urquell in Catalonia and Spain, and the President of France. The official language is Catalan, but Spanish, Portuguese and French are also commonly spoken among the inhabitants. The population is 77,000 and the capital is Andorra la Vella, which is the highest located city in Europe at an elevation of 1,023 meters above the sea level. Andorra is not a member of the EU, however, it uses euro as the currency and it also has free trade with the European Union, but it is part of the United Nations. Andorra claims to be the only survivor of the Marca Hispanica, which were the buffer state that were founded to protect Catholic France from the Islamic Moors that were in the Spanish area of the peninsula. The area was then granted to the founder, who later gave the land to the Diocese of Urquell. In 1278, in 1278, 1278, whatever, I don't know. Andorra got today's borders and sovereignty and also the dual reign that it has, but it was also briefly under the Spanish reign, but later the reign came back to France, where it remains to this day as the co-principality was restored during the Napoleonic Wars by Napoleon. Andorra stayed neutral during both wars, however, during the Second World War it became a smuggling route for the French resistance troops, so they kind of smuggled people, munition, I can't speak, sorry, I don't know, guns, I was gonna say guns. In 1993, it became a parliamentary democracy with more narrow powers to the French and Spanish co-princes, and it became a fairly prosperous country, especially thanks to the rise of tourism. Geography is fairly similar in the entirety of the country, since it's a microstate, it's tiny. The country is part of the Pyrenees, so the mountain range, and the land is mainly mountain with an average elevation of around 2,000 meters, which is insane. The mountains are dissected by 3 narrow valleys in a Y shape created by rivers that flow through the country. The climate is alpine and both continental and oceanic, depending on the altitude, since the higher you are, the colder it gets and the more snowy the areas get in winter. Economy is mainly based, as I already said, on tourism, and it accounts for around 80% of the GDP of the country, so it's a major field in Andorra. Another source of income for this alpine country is the banking sector, with the country having a tax haven status, although that was because the European Union doesn't really want these tax havens. They, I think a couple of years ago, brought in a law that kind of makes this status a little bit not as good for the people who come because of taxes. So tourism is, as I already said, mainly based around ski resorts, and it's mainly popular among tourists from Spain, France, and the United Kingdom. Among other are hiking trail, Romanesque churches and buildings, for example, the Shrine of Our Lady of Merixel. The capital is also a very popular touristic destination. And last but not least, in our facts, I guess, we have fun and not so known facts about this microstate. The country of Andorra can fit into the city of London 3 times. So you can fit it, like the area of Andorra, you can fit it 3 times in London. 90% of Andorra has UNESCO the World Heritage status because the largest natural park is part of this site, or this heritage site. So it takes up 90% of the country. Only a 1/3 of people that live in Andorra are actually Andorran. Andorra's main economic activity before tourism came to play was producing tobacco, and that was before the tourism came as the main source of income. Andorra has no airport, so you either have to get there by car, or if you are flying from somewhere a little bit further out, you have to use the nearby airports in Toulouse in France or in Barcelona in Spain. And last but not least, the people in this country have one of the highest life expectancies in the world, which is 84 for women and 80 for men. So now we're done with the facts, so let's get into the fun stuff. So as I said at the beginning, I built this as a rental. I wanted it to be rental, so I kept the clutter to something a little bit less than I normally do, obviously, because I can get a little overboard with clutter. And I mean, obviously it can function as a full and functional home, but I intended it to be a rental, so there is not a lot going on. There is 1 bathroom that can sleep 2 people, and the main entrance is supposed to be upstairs, so technically this is like the downstairs. It has a door to the outside, but it was not intended to be as the main entrance into the house. That's why the kitchen and the dining area is upstairs. So you can go out from here, but it's not supposed to be the main entrance of the house. I used this flooring from Outdoor Retreat that I haven't really used before, and I really like it. It fit with the color scheme that I chose for the build. So yeah, I initially didn't want to put a TV in, but I decided, I mean, if you're somewhere and it rains, you probably want to have something to do inside. So I put one of those tiny TVs and some books so your Sims can have fun, maybe in the evening or like that. Yeah, so on the exterior there is wood, but I forgot to place a fireplace. Oops, my bad. So but there is a fire pit on the outside, so maybe your Sims need the wood for that, you know? Yeah, I think that's the case. I used again the dresser from Outdoor Retreat, and I started it down. I was a little bit worried it won't work, but it does function perfectly because I kind of wanted to fit the mirror in there, so it fits. It fits and it works. Here is a little bathroom, the only bathroom in the structure. I'm sorry, my dog is barking, and I'm sorry if you can hear it. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Yeah, we're just putting some polishing stuff onto the interior, and we are almost going to be done, I think. There's not much. Again, as I said, a rental, so I did not want to clutter it up or put a lot of stuff everywhere to make it a bit too much. I used a sectional from the new pack, and I really like the way it looks. I think the style of this build is a little bit all over the place, so it's yeah, sorry about that. So thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can find this on my gallery. My ID is mysixsims, and it is also, the tray files are also available, and you can find a link in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!